What's up, everybody, and welcome back. My name, as always, Max Whitman, your host with the most. This is night number 2, our Sweet 16. It's Bret Hart taking on The Big Show, the Giant, Paul White. And then in our main event, Jerry the King Lawler going one-on-one with the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Lesnar has essentially dominated both of his last opponents. Lawler has surprisingly managed to knock off a couple of guys that were expected to go over. But Lawler has hung in there and has fought his way into the Sweet 16. Bret Hart defeating AJ Styles to earn his spot in the Sweet 16, tapped him out. And the Giant has also essentially run through his previous 2 opponents. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Match number 1 on the night. It's Bret Hart versus The Big Show. Guys, I want to apologize. I think I'm apologizing every episode here. We have been a little bit slower than usual getting these videos up. It's kind of gone from every night to some of them every night, some are every other night. Let's lower this volume here a little bit. 2 out every other night. I did get a promotion at work, woot woot, yay for Max Whitman, and so things have been a little bit more hectic for me at work than usual. So it's just been a little bit draining, and I just haven't really had the time or the energy, frankly, to get these videos in every single day of the week. I'm hoping I got my weekend. I start my weekend tonight, actually. I'm hoping to get a couple of these videos recorded, get through the Sweet 16 at least, and maybe a match or 2 in the Elite 8, so that I can get back to recording every single day of the week. Rather, to get back to posting every single day of the week. So that's kind of what's going on. But we're moving along nicely. I mean, we haven't really missed more than a day at a time. So we're moving along pretty nicely. We've got a decent pace going, I think, and we're still on pace to finish around the time that I'd like to finish, and then jump back into TEW. I think I want to do. Excuse me, I got allergies here. The pollen is terrible over here by me, and I got my nose running, my throat is hurting. I got my glass of water here, but it's mostly my nose. So. Lucky for you, you get to hear my sniffles today. Joy for you. Aren't you guys lucky? I think when this tournament's done, I'll probably do like 1 or 2, probably do a couple of Let's Learn videos. I feel like I haven't done a Let's Learn in a while. I mean, obviously, prioritize getting back into tonight's WWF Classic. We'll do a couple creative meetings for that, but I think I might go with a couple of Let's Learns before I get back into that. Those always seem pretty popular. You guys seem to like those, and it if I can help somebody get into TEW, then that's always a good thing. I might also do like a quick little rundown video on the developer diaries for TEW 2020. Obviously coming out in 2020. I always get excited for the TEW releases. I like that the games, they don't release every year, so you know when when a new one's coming out, you know you're getting a good product. And I'm thinking, oh, chokeslam here. Chokeslam. Bret Hart takes the chokeslam. He's going to drag him out to the center here, away from the ropes, go for the cover. I don't think it'll be enough, but we get a 2 count. No, 2 count only. Another chokeslam. Second chokeslam. Hart could be done. Hart could be done. 1, 2. Oh, 2 count. If he had a 3rd chokeslam there. Bret, what are you doing? You're not going to hit that suplex. All the way to the outside, right out here in front of our table. 2, 3. Big Show going back after him, and a backbreaker on the outside. 6. Rolls him up. That's not going to do anything, Bret. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, you're not going to get that suplex, Bret. Vertical suplex again on the outside. 15. We may see a count out here. Nope. Bret's alright. Bret's back in. Anyway, TEW releases every couple of years, and so you're getting a fully updated game when those new releases come out. So might do a quick little rundown on what's been announced for that game so far. I don't know, and then try to figure out maybe. I've been wanting to do a WWE, rather I've been wanting to do a Cornellverse save for a while, and depending on when in 2020 that comes out, maybe I'll do I don't know, that's a ways off. 2020 seems closer than it actually is, but it's kind of a ways off. I mean, if it releases mid-2020, we're talking a full year. I don't know. Cornellverse will probably be... So I want to do... I guess what I'm driving at here, I've been wanting to do a Cornellverse save. I had a couple of requests for Cornellverse saves. And I've been wanting to do a true modern-day WWE save as well. Now, the problem with the true modern-day WWE save is it's so much. I mean, it really is a lot of shit to do, and without a partner, without a truly dedicated partner that's going to come in, you know, 3 times a week maybe, it's really hard. It's really hard to book all of that stuff, you know. And you know, I mean, I'm ambitious. I always start a WWE save and say, nah, this time I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow. But it's a lot. I mean, if I were to do it, realistically speaking, if I were to do it, I would have to dump. Here's a cover after the suplex. And 3. Oh, my God. The suplex beats Bret Hart. 9 minutes, and the Big Show moves on. Well, I mean, he hit 2 choke slams. And then the suplex does it. Wow. A 68 rated match. Yeah, not a great match at all. Bret never really had any kind of offense. 9 minutes, 4 seconds. It's the Big Show over Bret Hart and moving on. So the Big Show makes his way into the Elite 8. And he will take on the winner of our main event tonight. That's Jerry Lawler versus Brock Lesnar. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our main event of the evening. And we are back, folks. It is main event time. Time for a main event of the evening. The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, versus Jerry the King Lawler. Now, assuming Lesnar wins this match, which is the likely scenario, assuming Lesnar wins this match, Big Show has destroyed every one of his opponents so far. Lesnar has destroyed every one of his opponents. I would actually love to see a Brock Lesnar versus Big Show match. But we'll see. Lawler has pulled off a couple of upsets so far. We'll see if he can do it again tonight. Getting back to what we're talking about the WWE, realistically speaking, if I was to do a WWE save, I would probably have to get rid of 205 Live. Well, definitely get rid of 205 Live. I would probably have to cut the Cruiserweight division at first, which I'd hate to do, because I enjoy Cruiserweight wrestling, but I'd probably have to cut the Cruiserweight division, you know, and kind of just go, oh my, it's an F5 already. That's an F5 already. Could that do it? We're 45 seconds in. No, he's not going to go for the cover. He's going to go for the leg lock here. You know, I feel like I would really, I'd have to do Raw, SmackDown, and then, I mean, maybe one B show that doesn't have, it's not brand specific. You know, just a huge B show that's not brand specific. Maybe I'd have to cut that roster down. I don't know. It's a lot to manage. I say that a lot. I think anybody who really criticizes WWE's writing, myself included, I am a huge critic of WWE's writing. But anybody who criticizes that writing team really should sit down. I would challenge you to sit down and book out a year, 4 months even, book out 6 months on TEW with a full-size roster, of WWE, and see how you do, because it is very difficult. This is the second F5. I think this match is going to be Brock Lesnar. I think it's safe to assume. Here we go. Suplex City. Into the cover. We're going to get no rope break here. 2 count. Because it is next to impossible to book out a year's worth of TV that makes sense for that many guys, and to keep that many guys involved. But yeah, you know, and that goes for myself too. I criticize all the time. I'm a big critic of WWE's writing. It doesn't engage me. I don't think it's good. And I say that from a perspective of, well, yeah, I don't know that I can do much better, but I'm not a professional writer. I don't write TV for a living. These guys write TV for a living. But if I were to do WWE safe, I would probably have to either work with somebody who could book out SmackDown or Raw, and I would book the other show, and we'd be meeting 2 or 3 times a week to get it done. Without that, I just don't see a full WWE safe happening. Now, the Cornell-verse, on the other hand, back to Suplex City, throws him halfway across the ring. Right back to working on that leg. That's it. Tapped him out. Folks, that might be our shortest episode. That is, by far, the shortest episode of this tournament that we have had all tournament. Brock Lesnar taps out Jerry Lawler in 5.5 minutes. Another 64, so not a good episode at all. 68 rated match in the first one, 64 rated match in the second, in the main event. Brock Lesnar is victorious, though, and he will move on to the Elite 8, where he will face the Big Show. So both Lesnar and Big Show have absolutely decimated every opponent they've faced so far. They will face each other in the Elite 8 to see who will move on to the Final 4. Folks, that's going to do it for us tonight. We get a 68 rated match and a 64 rated match. Not a great episode by any means, but this match at least was what I expected. I did expect Hart to put up a little bit of a better fight. I'm disappointed in that first match. I'm not disappointed in this match. This match is exactly what I thought it would be. Lesnar versus Lawler. I assumed Lesnar would wipe the floor. 5.5 minutes is real fast. But such is life. That's going to do it for tonight, folks. Come on right back here tomorrow night when Bill Goldberg takes on Scott Hall and The Undertaker takes on Randy Savage. So Goldberg versus Hall, Undertaker versus Randy Savage. Tonight is done. Big Show and Lesnar moving on to the Elite 8. Folks, definitely go someplace. Yeah, definitely go. I'm about to say don't go anywhere. Don't go too far. That's the second time I've done that now. Admittedly, I'm looking at my phone to verify tomorrow night's matches, which is what's distracting me, which is why I'm screwing up. You're so stupid, Max. You're stupid. But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Come on back tomorrow. Lesnar advances. Big Show advances. Folks, I will see you when I see you. Get on out of here. Have a good night.